guys, I'm sorry. Last time it was kind of weird. We had some technical difficulties. Maddie, the little baby, brother, they have, and okay, so this is where I left off. She said that while she was getting her massage, she came up with a great idea for how we could spend time as a family. She booked a private cruise for all of us, and she said the boat was going to be at the dock in half an hour. By the way, this is page 161. Oh, this is a funny picture that I saw. That guy right there, that's Roderick, Gregory's brother. Yeah. So, yes, this is not a snorkeling picture. And then we have that, the stingray, and then all the animals they should be careful of here. And we're more venomous. Okay. And then it's next page, the page after that. After this page, one of the last pages, and after that page, after that right here. That meant he was still out there, so we ran to the dock as fast as we could. Our boat was already out on another. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let you guys see the picture where I read. That meant he was still out there, so we ran back to the dock as fast as we could. Our boat was already put on another trip, but Mom talked to the guy who operated the banana boat, told him what happened. We climbed on board the speedboat, and he took us to the reef. Sure enough, we found Roger exactly where we left him. He was alive, but he was as red as a lobster. When we got back to the resort, the doctor said Roger had sun poisoning and needed to drink lots of water and get some rest. Then he gave Mom a bottle of aloe to help Roger with his burn. No wonder he looks darker than usual. But the aloe didn't really seem to help Roger. Then Moms and Dad to the store to find something that would, and we spent the rest of the night taking turns rubbing popsicles on Roger's back. This picture grows. The next morning, Dad went out to get another box of popsicles. He came back with some news. They had drained the whole pool to find the jellyfish, and they were just starting to refill it. But it would be 3 days before it was ready to use. I thought it would be smart for us to hide out in the soup for the rest of the trip. People would be looking for the family who ruined everybody else's vacation. Mom said we weren't going to spend the rest of our time indoors. She told Dad he would take Manny to the private play place, and she told me to see what activities were planned in the tween zone. I didn't really want to go back out there, but I guess it was better than risking another run-in with the spider. I went down to the tween zone, hoping the activity might be a video game competition, something like that, but the counselor was rounding everyone up to play tennis. Really, I'd all game tennis. At first, I thought about turning around because I was in the mood to get all sweaty. Yeah, I'm never in the mood to get all sweaty. Then I remembered that Rowley plays tennis at his country club, and I thought it might be fun. Okay, for me to learn, so the two of us could hit some balls around over the summer. Counselor who was organizing the game was named Rodrigo, and he took us over to the tennis courts. I thought Rodrigo was going to stay and teach us how to play, but the second we rolled through the gate tennis court, he locked it. That's when I realized these activities were just a way to get kids out of their parents' hair for a few hours. The tennis court was a giant cage. We were basically in prison for the next hour and a half. I couldn't even play tennis anyway because Rodrigo didn't leave us any rackets. He did leave us with some balls, though. There must have been 300 of them in the basket in the middle of the court. At first, kids started playing catch, but it didn't take long for it to turn into a giant free-for-all. I took cover by the fence and with some other kids who didn't want to get in the face of the tennis ball, but all that did was make us targets. So we started fighting back. Somebody figured out how to turn on the ball machine, and we used it to defend ourselves. I'm never on the winning side of this kind of thing, and I gotta say, it was actually a lot of fun. But then everything came to a screeching halt. One of the kids who was in the conga line of the day before recognized me and told everyone it was my fault they had to drain the pool. I explained to everyone that it was all a big accident. My little brother just wanted jellyfish as a pet. But I guess these guys were mad about the pool situation, and they were happy to have someone to blame. I had to get out of there, but the gate was locked, so the only way to get over it was to climb. I visited at school. I can't even get up the rock wall. They have it in a gym. But now that my life was on the line, I scaled the fence like I was Spider-Man. After I cleared the fence, I ran to the counselor's building to get help, but Rodrigo was totally useless. After I cleared the fence, I ran up to the counselor's bit. Then I didn't feel safe outdoors anymore, so I ran back to our building. Oh, great! Now that's something Rodrigo would like. The iPad keeps falling down. This is a 7-minute video. Everybody in my family was in the suit when I got there. We were kind of in bed. We were kind of in a bad spot. I didn't want to leave the room, and Roderick couldn't be out in the sun anyway. Mom said maybe we should all call off the trip, head back home a day early. But Dad said we paid a lot of money for this trip, and he refused to leave the resort until he had at least one decent meal. I just wanted to eat at an outdoor restaurant because of the stupid birds. And we couldn't get the golf house because we didn't have the clothes for it. Just then there was a loud crash on the other side of the room. The big suitcase that belonged to somebody else was split open on the floor. There were clothes everywhere. So if this was it must have been a family like us because clothes in all different sizes. There were clothes in all different sizes. But they weren't just beach clothes. They were also the kind of clothes you'd wear to a church or a nice restaurant. I looked at Dad, and I could tell he was thinking what I was thinking. These clothes were our ticket to getting into the golf clubhouse. Mom said she didn't feel right about wearing someone else's clothes, but Dad said that after we were done using them, we packed everything back up, make sure the suitcases got to the family it belonged to. I think that made Mom feel better. So we started trying things out. The only person who couldn't find the clothes that fit was Roderick. The mom said he needed to stay covered up for the sun anyway, so he gave him a robe and a shirt to put on over it. I gotta say, when he stepped out of building, we looked pretty sharp. Robert's outfit even worked in its own way. walked toward the clubhouse and I kept my eye out for any tweens who might recognize me, but made it into the restaurant without any run-ins. This time it was sin. I had the best meal I've eaten in my whole life. After we finished dessert, none of us really wanted to head back to the room, so we had a little fun on the putting green first. The truth is, my family never has a good time together, so for a second there, I could kind of see how this family vacation thing is supposed to work. But what I've learned is that nothing good ever lasts. A security guard putting green in a golf cart got out and said we need to come with him. Asked Dad why the security guard said another family at the restaurant had reported us for wearing their clothes. For a second, we didn't know what to do. Then I remembered what I learned back at the airport when Heffley's get in trouble. Heffley's run. I got to the drive-thru with the security guard's golf cart. My family piled in and we took off, leaving the security guard in our dust. But it turned out the golf cart makes a lousy getaway car, especially if you're climbing a hill. The security guard caught up with us less than a minute later, and I don't think he even broke a sweat. Oh God, that's terrible picturing. He made us go back to our room and hand the suitcase over to the family it belonged to. We also had to return the clothes we were wearing, and I gotta say, it wasn't our proudest moment. Okay, so guys, that's gonna be the end of our 12-minute episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and enjoy the next reading episode. And I'll see you later. Goodbye! Okay, I gotta do this for the thumbnail. Yes, because this will be the thumbnail.